back with another video, and today I'm doing a basic routine. It's what I use pretty much on a daily when I have to go to my more toned down job where I don't need to wear as much makeup, or where I just want a very soft, ultra soft beat, a basic beige look, all that good stuff. So it's gonna be super easy, and I think this would be very good for someone who's just starting out, and to see that you don't need a lot of products in order to get a really pretty, flawless finish to your face. The thing I do always, I prep my skin. I cleanse, I serum, and I moisturize. If you don't do that, that's fine. Just cleanse, moisturize. I keep my stuff very simple. In the morning I cleanse, sometimes I tone, then I put on the serum, and then I moisturize. At nighttime I add several other steps because I'm not wearing makeup, and it's just a little bit more effective that way. So my face is cleansed. I go in with my primer. This one is Estee Lauder. It is Pore Vanishing Stick. This stick is amazing. I have used it and it has helped with my oils, and it does give me a flawless finish. Sometimes, depending on how I feel, I'll use the Milk of Magnesia and this, but lately I just use this. So what I do is pretty much I take it like this. I had a tester deluxe size of it, and I loved it so much I got a full size before I ran out. And I was scraping that hoe. I'm telling you what, I was scraping it to the bottom. And I will have an empties video where that is in there, and I did scrape it to the bottom. So I take my hands, clean hands, and I just rub it into the skin. I rub it across my brows, then I'm bringing my nose right here. And this is the Mayron Medium Dark 4. I've been using this for years. If you don't believe me, check out my old videos where when I was just starting off in makeup and I discovered Mayron. I've been sticking with it ever since. So I just use this underneath my eyes, down my T-zone, right here and right here. And right here too, where I have dark spots. I don't color correct, and sometimes these do come through, but it's not bad because I'm not trying to go for a super duper flawless look. I'm just going for something that's quick and easy. If I want it to be flawless, that's more things that I have to do. So I'm just going to go underneath my eye here. And I'm using the Artis Elite Oval 6 brush. I absolutely love this brush. I've fallen in love with it. I've been using it consistently for about 2 weeks. Center of my face. So I'm going to take this powder. This is the Marc Jacobs 200 Ivy Bisque. I find that for my skin tone, that anything bisque-like works really good for a highlighter. And I'm just pressing that right underneath my eye here, looking up. Pretty much in my T-zone, down my nose. You don't need a lot of this because if the more you pack on, the more brighter it's going to be. And this just adds a little bit more brightness to the center. Essentially, we are highlighting, and that's it. So you can see it's slightly a little brighter. For me, I don't like anything white underneath my eyes. Is not going to do good. Yellow tone Midnight Banana powder isn't my shtick. Anything beige gold does really well underneath for highlight for me personally. So now I'm going to take my Morphe E44. I'm going to take my Lancome 470 Suede C. This is like my perfect shade, or at least to me I think it is, in powder form. In liquid form, this is definitely my perfect shade. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to swirl it all in here. I'm going to press it into the skin. Sometimes I swirl first. Then I'm going to take it right where I didn't put any products at. So what I do is I just do this. I'm going to swirl it first. So I'm going to take this and then I'm going to press it into the skin. I'm sorry, that's Ari in the background just making all kind of noise, and she's just not keeping quiet. And what this does is this builds up coverage for me. I don't want it to be flawless. See, I still see some marks, even my birthmark here coming through. It's okay, because I don't want it to be flawless. I just want it to be close to it as possible. This right here, very nice. So now I'm going to warm up the skin a little bit, and a little bit of contouring. This is the Shea Moisture Illuminating Powder Mandalay Dusk. Holy grail for me. I always use this. No matter how fancy I'm getting, I always use this. So I'm going to go in the hollows. If you don't know where the hollows are. Right like this, back and forth. And then I kind of diffuse it out a little bit. Like this. Now I'm going in the temple area. Going along the jawline. Taking it a little bit down the neck. Putting some on my nose. So as you can see, it's giving me more dimension back, and it's giving me a really pretty subtle, very subtle diffused glow to the skin. We have our base down. We're just gonna, if you want to, sometimes I'll go back in with a Bobbi Brown powder bronzer in the dark and deep, and then just go around it a little bit more. But for this sake, this is good enough. Use this Jaclyn Hill Becca what's it called? Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Collection Face Palette. This has been a go-to for me for about a week or two, week and a half. I sometimes mix all of these. They do show up on my skin. It's up to you, and I put it exactly, I'll probably just use maybe this one. Right here above that contour. You want to put it on the apples, you can. That's pretty much it. And then I go in, and maybe I'll take a little, this is not really a highlighting brush. This is the blush brush by Makeup Forever. It is the 156. Sorry I didn't tell you that. I might take the new highlighter here from the palette and go at the tops. Cheeks sometimes, it can go close to the eye. I'm not really precise with it. Give a little bit of a wash because I don't want that crazy glow, because I'm at a professional job and I don't want people looking at me like I'm crazy. So just like that, maybe right here. Maybe mix a little bit of this champagne pop. Now a little trick here, if you feel like, oh my god, I've gone too far, you can take your foundation brush, the powder foundation, and go over it, and you can see I've lost the blush, which is fine. I can go back and add more. I'm going to add a little bit of this brown one. And that's it. Nice, soft, and subtle. Today, let's see. I'm going to do the chocolate because I've been neglecting it for a little bit. I'm going to use this with the Sephora Precision Brush in 20. They still have this brush, except it's revamped with a spoolie at the end. It's one of my favorite brow brushes. What I do is just go in and then fill in my brows. You see that creasing? You can't put anything emollient creamy on your eyelids without setting it with a primer. And what I do is I go in, put a little primer. Don't be afraid to slap it on there, especially if you've got a lot of primer. This primer by Urban Decay, I've got like 4 of them. So I'm using a little bit more. You don't need this much, but it's okay to use this much. It's not going to make anything cakey. At least on me it doesn't. And just take it, spread it around until it just is pretty much invisible. I'm going to go and pick up that long comb powder. I'm going to take my Morphe G28 with this long comb powder. And I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to nude out my eye with the same color I used to set my face. Boom. Boom. I usually use my Kat Von D liquid eyeliner, but I'm going to use this Jordana eyeliner. It's a little more shiny, but I'll do a little mini wing. So you can get a little bit more detail, and that's pretty much all that I do. I don't do any fancy eyeshadow. If I do eyeshadow, I do one or maybe two, and that's it. I don't do anything very complicated. Powder puffs are good for packing on powder, but they're also good for placing it down and getting a little bit closer in so you don't mess up your base. This one is by Laura Mercier. Any powder puff will do. It doesn't have to be Laura Mercier because they're not. Laura Mercier's is more expensive, but the other ones that I have, like Cinema Secrets and an off-brand one, they were just as good, and I've been using those for years. With Benefit, their Real or Benefit Roller Lash, which has been my favorite. I absolutely love it. Gives me that nice natural, it looks like mascara, but I don't like the clumpy look, and it separates just enough where I don't have to go over it with a clean spoolie. Now I'm going to go in and finish it off with this lip color here. This is Too Faced Melted Matte, and this is in the color Naughty by Nature. I absolutely love my Caca Browns because it looks good on me, and it's a good neutral for my skin tone. And yes, I did call them Caca Browns. Also, this is a really amazing look to wear on a job interview, business office. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's great for going out. It's not a whole lot. You don't have to be all fancy with lashes and this and that and this. You can add that, but this is just something really quick out the door, last minute. You just want your natural, as much as your natural beauty to come through without it being overwhelmed with lashes, eyes, brows, lips, then this is amazing. Even though I love that look, it just takes a long time to do that high glam look. So this just gives you enough glam, but still very, very simple and easy to do. And I hope you found this helpful. Rate, comment, subscribe if you like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me show you my nails. Bye.